So, you've decided to join us at Virtual Anthrocon, but you don't know how to start. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do it in 2 minutes or less. You don't need a VR headset to run VRChat. All you need is a Steam account. To get a Steam account, just go to www.steampowered.com and download Steam. Once that's downloaded, install Steam to your computer. You can either make an account or log in. You're a furry, so probably log in. Once you're in Steam, search the store for VRChat. It's a free download, so just click Play Game. Once that downloads, open up VRChat, and you'll be asked to either make an account or sign in with your Steam account. You can do either, but if you plan on playing VRChat after the convention, I recommend making a VRChat account. And that's it. You're in VRChat now. Ta-da! So when you load into VRChat for the first time, you're going to land here in your VRChat home. If you're in desktop mode, press Escape. If you're in VR, press your menu button to pull up the quick menu. Click Worlds and then click Search. Search for Anthrocon and Virtual Anthrocon will show up. If you're looking for this world after the convention ends, it is named Spirit of Pittsburgh. And you did it! You made it to the Spirit of Pittsburgh ballroom. Feel free to wander around, meet new people, and be sure to have fun and stay hydrated. Thank you! Bye! If you're using VRChat in desktop mode, I have a couple of tips and tricks for you. The first is, if you have a microphone, make sure it's enabled in your settings. Press Escape, go to Settings, and make sure your microphone is the device that you're actually using. If you are using a microphone, the V key toggles your mic mute on and off. If you're not talking, make sure to mute your microphone. And please wear headphones because the feedback gets really annoying when there's a lot of people in a room. If you're a brand new user, you can change your avatar by pressing Escape, clicking Avatars, and then scrolling through the options they have listed there. There are plenty of other places to get super custom and furry-made avatars. One of the places is the dealer's room at Virtual Anthrocon, but just ask around. Everyone has their favorite place. If you encounter someone who's being super annoying, press Escape, mouse over them, click on them, and then you can do things like mute or hide their avatars, mute the person's voice, or ask to have that person kicked. If you have any other questions or don't know how to do something, just ask. It's been my experience that basically every VRChat user is more than willing to help out or give guidance to someone, especially a new player just getting started. If you join Virtual Anthrocon in virtual reality, the audio and video from the stream will immediately start playing in the world. If you want to turn that off, just head up to the stage and click the button that says Turn Off Stream. And seriously, if you're a desktop user, use headphones or use the push-to-mute function. It is incredibly annoying hearing yourself echo in VRChat.
Let me go. Hey!
Probably better anyways.
Let me turn
Yeah,
this
because
off.
it's going to be... Okay, so you got Virtual Anthrocon. Next for Teaches Electronics. That was like a title I gave them forever ago, and they never actually changed it.
Is there...
That's okay.
You don't care what I'm wearing for this? Will I jump in everybody's faces either, or... I don't know.
I mean, unless you want to.
No,
Yeah,
I like...
fine.
Okay. At some point...
What do you want to be?
I don't know. I'm just
You can
asking.
be whatever
to
you
make
want.
sure. Okay, well, maybe at some point I might be a big thing that goes through the ceiling. I don't know. I can't fucking say.
PG-13 content.
Fluffing.
PG-13.
There we go. Fluffing.
So,
PG-13.
yeah,
I'll just try and
you're
shut
the
up
one that
because
can pick up the camera, so...
I know. Exactly, right? Oh, okay. Hey, guess what?
Are we live?
They already made us live.
Oh, God.
Oh, hello!
Oh, hello! Hello.
Welcome to Virtual Anthrocon.
Welcome to Virtual Anthrocon.
2020. So,
2020.
That's Fur. I'm Fizz.
I'm Fur.
And you are
Monica Water.
Hey, are we live?
Monica Water.
And
Okay, good.
and as
I'm gonna hang up on
and
you now.
Brisky Bird is our cameraman.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
So, the original title of this panel was going to be Fur Teaches Electronics, but in an 11th hour brilliant brainstorm, we thought maybe we'd take an opportunity, because we have this wonderful VRChat world space, to talk to the person who created it, and to give you some interesting content, talk about how he created it, and how you too, if you're interested, can get into creating things in VRChat.
So this is going to be this is going to be a little bit of electronics, a little bit of VR chat for furries, and a little bit of how to make video games. So
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little bit of that, whatever. We are watching the stream chat, so if you have any questions, shoot it at us. I see a lot of ooh-woos in the chat. This is terrifying.
Oohs. Oohs.
It looks like one other person likes your hypno eyes. It looks like. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet,
You're welcome.
sweet.
So yeah.
Well, sure. I guess, tell us about how did this whole thing come about? Because obviously, we kind of knew for a little while that Anthrocon likely wasn't going to happen this year in the real world. So, when was it that you started building this, and how did that whole thing start?
So I started building this on May 15th, and the entire point of this was not going to be to recreate the entire Anthrocon. It was just kind of build a square and see what I could do with it. At this point, Anthrocon had there was no virtual Anthrocon, there was no actually plans for any of that, so we just decided, so I kind of just on my own decided, I'm going to start trying to recreate at least the ballroom, because it's a big, blocky area, it's something easy to model up, something quick, and then as time went on, over the last month and a half or so, people have been coming in here, we've been building more and more of it, and then Virtual Anthrocon started getting the go-ahead, and we started building that, and kind of last minute, like this panel, we just decided let's throw it all together and turn this into an actual Virtual Anthrocon project.
And it worked out well.
Here we are.
What was you had a counter on the room, I think, with tracking people that were coming into it over the course of the weekend?
So on Friday, we had over 4,000 people enter the world, and yesterday we had a grand total of 6,237. Yeah.
Wow.
Into the VR portion. Who would have guessed? We were actually on Saturday the #1 VR chat world in all of VR chat for about 4 hours.
That's fantastic. Well, congratulations.
Is fantastic.
The internet.
Yeah, because furries rule the internet.
So you want to, I guess we want to talk about kind of some of the aspects of the ballroom and various little trivia things that people might not know.
Yeah. So this is built in Unity. Unity is a game development platform that was made to be very, very simple for an end user to pick up. A lot of large companies actually use it to mock up models before they move into their own game engine. So the cool thing about Unity is they have a lot of it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free, but the other thing is there is a lot of documentation on how to go about building the worlds and how to go about building things. So I came into this with zero Unity experience. I had never played with Unity before. I had never done any Unity things, and I was just following tutorials, and I went from that to this ballroom as a mock-up prototype in about a day.
It's amazing when things actually go
to building a
faster than you expect.
Yeah, it goes a lot faster than you expect.
Literally a day.
It does seem a little bit confusing when you first get into it, but don't be intimidated by it. There's a lot of menus, there's a lot of options, but remember, that's because it's as powerful as it is, and just to get started, you only have to learn how to use a very, very small of those, and then as you start to build and as you start to go, oh, how would I do this particular thing, then you can Google for it or look up some tutorials, and then the rest of the options will start to make sense. So don't be intimidated the first time you open Unity and you're like, oh my gosh, this looks way too complex.
Also, get in VRChat and ask questions. People in VRChat are super helpful.
Everybody is super
avatar
nice.
creation or world building.
Yep. Yeah, that was the thing. Is like my first thing was I joined the VRChat Discord, and I kind of was just asking questions, and I had a surprisingly nice number of people giving me legitimate good help and how to do things. So this room in particular is an exact scale model of the Spirit of Pittsburgh Ballroom. What I had to do is I called up the David L. Lawrence Convention Center, pretended that I was hosting an event, and they gave me all of the floor plans. And now this is on stream, they'll never talk to me again because they know what my voice is like. But I already got the plan, so we're good.
So that's why this room scales out very much. And if you have been to Anthrocon before, you should be feeling right at home. But I think the thing that's really freaky is there's many people I ran into over the weekend that are like, this is the first time they've ever been to this room. I'm like, dude, if you want your mind blown, go to Pittsburgh next year when the real Anthrocon happens, and you'll walk in and your mind will just explode because they're like, that's that place from VRChat.
Yeah, it's definitely it's weird. My plan is actually next year at Anthrocon.
Hopefully on VRChat.
Yeah, hopefully on VRChat. Grab the Oculus Quest, which is like the portable version
Inside
that
out
runs
tracking,
all,
right?
Yeah, with inside out tracking, that you can make a room any size you want. And I want to get them put on the Oculus Quest, walk into this room, and just see actually how well it scales out. Because I'm curious
not
about
life
that.
imitating art, imitating life. I don't know what is.
Yep. Yeah. Also, a side note, because I know people have been asking for me, this world was Quest compatible. Then we added the live video, which made it not compatible for Quest. So once the event is over, this is going to go back to being a Quest compatible world. Because I know people were asking me like crazy about that.
So I guess one of the other great things to point out, with getting started in Unity, because a lot of people have different interests. Like they're like, oh, I want to build characters, or I want to build worlds, or like I'm really good at modeling, or I'm not really good at modeling. One of the really good strengths with Unity is the asset store. So there's a lot of items that are here. I believe is it the folding chairs, the tables, like some of the stuff here are pulled from the Unity asset store. So if you're like, oh, I want to. We're going to try putting a folding table in there. You don't necessarily have to build it yourself. You're able to put all of that kind of in place.
Yeah, a lot of the assets. Yeah. Hey, this cost me $5.
Well,
some of them you pay for. Yeah, a lot of the stuff in Unity, they're very easy to share stuff around, so you're able to take models from one place to another. There's an asset store where you can purchase assets, or download a lot of free things, and it makes prototyping very, very quick and very, very fast. You'll notice this floor here, if you ever come in here, still says prototype because I built this out of prototype blocks. It's just like building a block system.
And the neat thing also with Unity is from textures, you can literally just pull a texture in from huge collections of them and then just drop it onto the surface and try out different things very interactively.
Yep. So it's very quick and very easy to get up from nothing to a nice prototype. The time sink that a lot of people have especially building VR chat worlds, is getting from a nice prototype up to something that looks more like a finished product. This was kind of cheating because everything here is blocks. There's no real need for a lot of detail. If you've ever been to the actual Spirit of Pittsburgh Ballroom, all the walls are very easily geometric. There's no real that's why this room was so quick and easy to get up. In terms
and the
of
neat thing is oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, and the neat thing in terms of some optimizations, you'll notice there's a light grid up here. That's a replication of all the lights that are in VR or in the Spirit of Pittsburgh Ballroom. That's also to scale. But if you were to somehow make your avatar giant and look up there, it's just 4 triangles for each light. like him.
Ah, the wonders of Space Mover. So
Yep.
Cameron is able to pretend that he is on freeze frames jib, flying around, giving all those dramatic. Oh, we probably can't even hear it because the camera's way up.
No, I can hear you. The lights.
Okay, I'll
Wait.
really loud. Just
No. It's perfectly
there you
fine.
go.
The lights go away when you get
Okay,
close
that
to
works.
them like this. So.
So here's a neat thing about Unity is, again, you can do things very simple or very complex. If you notice, for a certain aspect of realism, shall we say, it's very subtle. If you notice, some of the lights in the grid are kind of burned out. Because if it looks too perfect and too uniform, it doesn't look real. So Fur did a really, really neat little thing to be able to actually make that happen.
Yeah, so the way I made those lights, and this is a fun little story, is I found some pictures of the convention center ballroom that were pointing up, and I counted how many of the lights in that area were burnt out, and I kind of extrapolated it to the rest of it, and then I just took out that number of lights.
And you did that with a script, right?
Yeah, and then I just used a script that just basically randomly picked and deleted until it hit its number. So that took me all of 3 minutes to do. Like, this entire light grid, all I did was I made one light, and then you just duplicate that. I made one row and duplicated that down. Game development goes very, very quickly because you can separate models into little groups and folders and just duplicate them forever. That's why you have so many characters, like so many enemies in video games, that look the same, but they just have a different, color clothes on, because you can make very easy variants of that kind of stuff.
Exactly, because I don't have a custom avatar yet, so I kind of have a stock one, but you can get some of the avatar packs and modify them or commission someone to do your character as an avatar. Which, by the way, if there's anybody that knows some good artists for doing deer, I need to find a good deer avatar for Peppercorn is my one main suit. So if you're a person there, hit me up. I'd love to talk to you.
Or find some asset packs and just do a redraw. I did my character's
I can't do that. I'm not talented.
You can do it.
I mean, Nightclaw isn't talented either, but he did that.
No, and I managed to pull it off.
But look how beautiful it is. So Nightclaw, real quick. So tell us a little bit about what was the process with customizing your avatar? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are also interested, not necessarily in building worlds, but to do their character.
Yeah, so the different avatar packs are set up a little bit differently, but it's basically just a texture repaint. So you can even just start at Photoshop. If you have Photoshop, you can do it that way. Or I'm mind blank on the name of the avatar.
Surface Painter?
Not Surface Painter.
Substance
Painter. Yeah, Substance Painter. You'll get a 1 month free trial when you sign up for it. It is a little bit expensive, but there's a monthly subscription that will actually let you paint directly on your 3D model. So in this case, like I did the Rue avatar here in Substance Painter. Just literally it opens up the model and you just paint right on it with a paintbrush, like you're just going to town on painting a little, actual model in real life.
One of the really cool things about one of the very, very cool things about VRChat is also that there's such a huge community of people that are involved and actively developing and making things. So one of the neat things is that you're able to, create a world, create an avatar, and then when you log on, you're able to share that with everyone else and get feedback and have people excited about your work, very much like, pretty much almost like an embodiment of the fandom is. It's like, we were once described best as furries are fans of each other, and this is the next, kind of medium to be there for sharing that same sort of excitement. And there's just, you don't have to be shy because people are interested in talking to you and hearing about your exciting creations in VR space.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
And if you get really lucky, a convention will ask you to make an hour-long panel about the space you built.
Exactly. So it's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go look at some other stuff here. And
so yeah, you want to show it off? Okay, camera Geo.
Hi.
Geo, our cameraman.
so you
ready?
Walk up toward like the stage and things, or
Okay.
do you want to
So,
talk about like the pencils art area, or where should we go?
Let's go to Artist Alley first.
Okay, over to the Artist Alley.
Oh man. So if you're new to VRChat, and you want to start making worlds, you're going to really quickly run into, like, even if you go to a lot of VRChat worlds, you start to see a lot of the same things pop up in different places. That's because these things are called prefabs. These are easily downloadable things that you can use.
Hold still, for.
That you can use in your world. So, for example, these pencils, they took a lot of code to make. They took a lot of shader tricks and a lot of development to come up with. But someone, made this, packaged it up, and then all I had to do was download it and drag and drop it in. So now now you can come over here to our beautiful Artist Alley, draw on people in the game. You can draw on our easels to make beautiful, beautiful art. And in terms of actually coding from nothing to having this was literally 15 minutes.
Aww.
On here, we have a little pedestal. These things are super common in VRChat. If you've ever played Second Life, this is very similar to a pose ball, where you can sit on the invisible chair here, and it puts you into a pose, so everyone around you on the artist table can draw you. That's been a fun game people have been playing in the world. Also, I've been using the pencils because VRChat, the one thing that I wish VRChat had, and I know it kind of goes against their point, is there's no way to text chat. So if you're hard of hearing, or you have trouble communicating with your voice, or if you just don't have a computer with good speakers and a microphone, you can use these pencils to kind of chat really easily between people to make really quick messages. That's kind of why I've been using them a lot. But yeah, so this is like, if you're interested in, like, this entire area here is all stuff that other people made. The easels I downloaded from someone else. The pencils were from somewhere else. The pedestal, like, I made the actual pedestal, but the idea of something you sit on to make a pose. So if you want to go from nothing to having something cool, VRChat is really, really quick. Yeah, so, like, if you're interested in making these worlds, there's so many resources and stuff out there. Don't be afraid and think you have to start everything from scratch, because, like, even the most popular VRChat worlds are mostly things that other people have made and contributed. And then once you start getting, comfortable making stuff your own, share it back to the community, and then you can start to see some of the stuff you made show up other places. And it's a really cool, like, community kind of thing, especially, like, the furry VRChat circles. You see a lot of that, which is really, really cool.
So you want to talk some more about the stage and maybe like a little bit about the lighting and the laser effects? I guess one of the things that Fur did point out in part of the creation of this room is, and it kind of turned out to be fortuitous, is Fur has kept the polygon count of this world space very low intentionally to be able to support having a lot of people in the room, because you can make really, really complex worlds, but it winds up starting to tax your GPU, and it works fine when you have 3 people in the room, but when you have like 70, it starts chugging, especially for people that may have slightly lower end GPUs. So being able to build large world hangout spaces that are a little bit more simple in nature is always a good thing.
Yeah. For the longest time, because I've been on VRChat for about 3 years now, for the longest time, people use VRChat to play games. Like, they had intentionally, like, let's go play this game where you try to follow a maze, or play this game where you're trying to, tag the leader. Ever since, and I know this is the problem with everyone, but ever since COVID-19 hit, people are just looking for a place to kind of just chill and be able to talk to their friends, and that's kind of been what's been in vogue, which is kind of why I was trying to build this place, like a super, like, it's a world. You know that this is the Spirit of Pittsburgh Ballroom, but it's so lightweight that anyone can do it, even if you have a lightweight computer, even if you don't have a, but yeah, so yeah, if you want to go check out the
beautiful stage behind us, so
yeah.
Show them some more cool things as we're talking about this.
This is our stage. This is also built to scale. This is exactly the same size stage that they used at the real Anthrocon. There were some cuts I had made. If you've ever been to the real AC,
creative license.
Yeah, creative license. If you've ever been to the real AC, you know their lighting rig's a lot more complicated. But again, I wanted to keep this world really lightweight for people, so that's why it's just a couple of very basic lights, and a couple of some
that's all
very
American,
basic.
That's all American DJ, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all American DJ. We're gonna splurge on Chauvet next year.
Ooh, we get some Sharpies. Put some Sharpies up there. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it's like, and then our beautiful laser effect.
Hey, I was so happy when I saw that.
Yeah, so Fizz here actually brings all the lasers to the real AC. Fizz has been building lasers for over a decade at this point. He writes laser software.
Like 2.5 decades. It's time's
okay, I'm
flying.
sorry, 2.5 decades, whatever. You know, he's been writing.
He used ruby lasers. And,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Something.
He's created these incredibly intricate and super detailed laser shows that are just so fantastic to watch and so amazing. So I wanted to recreate a little bit of that. So I made exactly one pattern of laser effect.
There, Jim, if you want to spin around, you can show we got some in the back here too.
And if you haven't been in this world, there's actually a secret way to get up to this balcony and launch off even more lasers. This was the first prototype I made for the laser system. This was all built in Unity's particle system. And again, this was very quick to get up and running. This went from nothing to having this ready to go in about half a day. From me personally knowing nothing to having this done. So if you are like, don't be ever intimidated by Unity. It looks complicated, but it's really easy to get going, and it's not like you're gonna break anything. It's a computer program. You can always undo. So
and again, ask for help. People like Fur and people like Brisky back there behind the camera. Super helpful people, just in me trying to learn and get started with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This guy.
So a question from the chat was, can you visit the world? Yeah, you can visit it right now. It's actually open, and I'm sure there's actually, let me look.
Well, I think we're actually probably on the screen in the real one there.
Yeah,
we're in a private instance right now.
Yeah, so there's currently about 200 people in this world currently right now watching us on a video screen on the stage, which probably is really weird. VRChat breaks stuff up. Yeah, VRChat breaks stuff up into instances, so we're in a private instance just so no one can jump in here and kind of like, photobomb us. But if you want to come visit this world, you can literally visit it right now. Just go into VRChat, search for Anthrocon, and it'll be the only thing that pops up.
And we'll be around later today and stuff too in the back in the normal con space. So if you see us, say hi. We're happy to always meet new people.
Yeah. Always say hi and meet people. But yeah, so we've got a recreation of the stage for the virtual Anthrocon event. There's a couple of video players playing the the YouTube stream simulcasting, and that's about the biggest
schedule.
And we've got a schedule going up. By the way,
I need a step. If I had a step ladder, I could get up there and just scratch out Fur Teaches Electronics and put Fur Teaches VRChat.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. It's okay. You know what? We'll never get to host a panel at Virtual Anthrocon again.
Hey, spontaneity is the spice of life with that.
I know, right? This is fun. Okay.
So something a little bit on the more technical side for people that have actually played with it. Fur, do you want to actually, if we grab the camera and we go up onto the stage, if you want to talk a little bit about your cheat shader for making the cool lights on the pipe and drape?
Oh yeah, totally. Okay.
Yeah, let's go look at that. So here, let's go up on the stage. Follow. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood with that cool music when they go through the city when they're going to a different place.
Sing it.
Which is appropriate because we're in virtual Pittsburgh, which is basically the home of Mr. Rogers.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, it was, the whole show was shot basically right down the street at the local station there.
Neat.
Here we go. I fixed the schedule.
Did you?
So if you played with Unity before, this is a little bit of an advanced thing. So some of these things might go over your head, but real-time lighting, like actual lighting that projects and hits a shadow, is super expensive for a CPU to make. It's super hard for your computer, especially in VRChat, to make real-time lighting. So you want to use it as little as possible. But so that's why you'll notice most of the worlds you won't actually cast like a really nice shadow. You'll just kind of glow. That's kind of what this is. Like, you'll notice when I come on stage, I kind of turn this weird mixture of blue and yellow because there's blue and yellow stage lights up there, but they're statically baked. There's no actual changing lights going on. But I really wanted a cool little effect for these stage lights here. So this is meant to replicate a couple of, like, spotlights on the corner. So you'll notice, you can see, you cause a shadow. The way that works around is actually called a shader trick. So a shader is a piece of software, or like
is a chunk of code.
Yeah, it's a little chunk of code that basically says it's the middle point between a 3D object that you have. So say, for example, this VRChat model or that VRChat model or these curtains. The shader is what gives the instructions to your GPU on how to actually render it as an object, or how to actually make it show up.
And the shaders are really the magic that makes modern GPUs work, because modern GPUs are made such that you can write a little shader to do a particular effect, and it's created in such a way that the more powerful the GPU is, the more shaders it can literally be running and processing on more and more pixels simultaneously, which is how we can suddenly get all this amazing visual stuff out of a modern GPU for, consumer level purchase, where, 10 years ago this wasn't even possible.
So yeah, so the trick with this actually uses a shader trick that can scan and see where another object is within it, and it just shoots out a vector, or it just does vector math to figure out where the light would be blocked. And now you're able to actually cast a shadow. This is going to be the same effect as if you're using a real-time light, but the trick is this is super easy on your CPU because it's all being handled by the shader, which means the GPU handles it, and that's usually the more expensive or the more powerful part in anyone's computer.
Yeah, and remember, one of the great things with VRChat also is that, besides you end up getting, obviously, the world-building aspect, the 3D modeling, character creation, animation, and rigging, if you're somebody like me who really enjoys doing the code, but not as good with, some of the 3D stuff, the shaders are really cool because there are just thousands of them available, and if you've done some coding before, either it's, more advanced or even just starting out simple with Python or Arduino or something, you can take those little chunks of code, apply them to things in Unity, and literally just sit there, change a couple lines of code, poke at it, press the button, hit save, and immediately you see the results in Unity. So just being able to take different shaders and drop them onto different things, or start to poke at them and make them custom and see what it does, it's a lot of fun. So depending on, if it's more right brain or left brain, there's something there for everybody.
Yeah, and if you're like me and you like the way the shaders look but don't have any idea how to write code, there's lots of shader libraries out there. You can just grab them and you can just move sliders around in Unity and get the same effects. You do that.
It's really cool.
Yeah, the thing I can give, one piece of advice I can give, and I've said this before, but if you want to get into this, it doesn't matter your skill set. There are, beginner, intermediate, high level, no matter where you want to go, there's someone who, you can make a lot of stuff with whatever skill level you have. I will admit, I'm an absolute rank beginner at Unity building, and I was able to make all of this, in about a month and a half, just off and on playing with it, because there's so many super easy tutorials, guides, and just asset packs for a beginner like me. Fizz here probably would be more interested in the more higher level, shader specific kind of stuff. And there's a lot of people out there that can float on your wavelength, as they say.
Well, it becomes highly collaborative too, because you have people that they want to write shaders, but they can't model. But somebody's makes a cool model, and they're like, "Hey, I want a really cool, rim light shader, or sparkly something or other shader." And then you can go to somebody that can customize the code, and it's this wonderful artistic collaboration.
Yep, absolutely.
So let's see. Oh, wow! I didn't realize there was something on the back of the video wall there. There's a little symbol.
Oh yeah. Shh. That's totally not a secret hint for one of the Easter egg hunts that people are currently playing in this world.
Tell people that, because the time is ticking down.
One person already won, but there's more prizes.
Okay, well,
okay.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, so,
Oh, and I did want to take well, I was going to say just a quick shout out because I was reminded. We do want to say thank you to the entire team of people that is behind the actual camera. That is besides Brisky, who's just many sleepless nights getting this going. So we do want to say again a huge thank you to all the people. We've got Time Suppression, we've got Freeze Frame, we've got Protocoli. Who else have we got there?
oh shoot, we got Paradox, and we've got Simon Fox, and we have several people from Astrocasters also there donating their time.
And Freeze Frame, yes.
They're donating their
And then
time,
there's also Freeze Frame, and don't forget Freeze Frame.
Wait, Freeze Frame.
What about Freeze?
And Freeze Frame.
And Freeze Frame.
Oh shit, you're right. And Freeze Frame.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Specifically.
I don't want to forget him.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I guess if you want to keep talking about the collaboration aspect, like, I don't want to take all the credit, but I did do the lion's share of this work. I did have a couple people help me out, giving me Q&A, kind of testing things. If you've played the VRChat world up until about an hour ago, you probably saw the really crappy prototype riverfront that I made.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go
over there. So,
Yes, let's go walk over
grab
there.
the camera. Follow along. That's the traveling music.
Oh man.
Oh, and another fun little hack that Fur did here. If you would like to leave a message, happen.
Yep. So this is a hack that actually was used by 735, who is a world maker and kind of shader builder. Kind of the trick behind this is VRChat generally doesn't let you talk to outside services. Like, they are very specific. Like, you can only watch specific YouTube streams or specific video files. So what this guy does is actually you can type in a message, and that message, when you press enter, tries to actually play a video, and that video file hits my server, and the message is just at the end of it. So I have a server that just takes that request in, chops. So, like, I was using it for...
You're doing that with, was that Node? We're using Node for processing?
Yeah, Node. Yep, Node. Which also, I spent the last month and a half from having no idea what it was to building something. If you
now
want
you
to
just
do...
have slightly less no idea of what's going on.
I will never say I know anything. But yeah, so it just tries to send it, it chops it off and sends it to me as a Telegram or a Discord message. So I've been actually reading all of the comments you guys have been spending over the weekend, and it's terrifying because I meant to turn this off before we went live. While it was still in preview. Oh, well,
and it does come in from the different instances then too, right? So even the one that I sent in just now will actually go in.
Yeah, I'm like I can look it up right now if you really want me to.
Nice. Just this. What's this?
Were you the one that said butt?
No.
Oh.
Everyone watching.
I'm sure there's
streams
people that are
probably
spamming it now.
flooding their message in.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
absolutely.
Yes.
So, anyway, but back to the traveling thing. Past this wonderful thing, the riverfront.
So this. Yeah, so speaking of collaboration, like I said, I didn't make all of this. A lot of this was building assets from other worlds, kind of just to get it together. So a good friend, Brian the Husky, he just sent me a Discord about 2 hours ago saying, hey, I saw your riverfront was kind of janky looking, so I built you a better one.
And we're going to go there right now.
I hope the camera comes with.
Yeah, no, it's here.
Yeah. And now you can see.
Ooh.
This
You
way.
go outside. Yeah.
Turn around.
Hold on, I'm getting the whole thing. Wow.
Ah!
Behold.
Yeah, the riverfront had a glow up. So part of the whole cool thing about collaboration is that you can build stuff and then send it to people and they can implement it in their world. That's what he did to me here. He just kind of dropped this on my lap. It's absolutely amazing, and I know he's watching the stream, so thank you very much, sir.
And you know what? It looks even
do in real
more.
life here, but never have.
Well, yeah, and the funny thing is, right now, the actual one in Pittsburgh is empty. There's no water in it, so this looks even better.
Oh no, first round.
So sometimes virtual reality is even better.
Yeah. Virtual reality is fun. But yeah, so
down here.
yeah, if you are starting a world, get a couple friends together, and you can work on your own parts on your own, and then kind of just have one person bring it all together in one big group, because that makes things a lot cooler. Like I said, I just basically dragged and dropped this in, and it worked.
And I guess, do you want to talk about, like, a little bit about, there's the different regions, like, rooms and worlds are sometimes split up into different areas, so, like, what is the purpose of having to go to a door or a teleporter to access that? Like, how does that work?
So there is a concept, and this isn't just in VRChat, there is a concept in gaming called Occlusion culling, or called culling, which is basically, if the thing is not something that you can see, your computer shouldn't waste time rendering it, shouldn't waste CPU cycles or GPU cycles trying to make that appear if it doesn't actually show up in your viewport. The most common type of way of doing it is called occlusion culling. Basically, if there's a wall, your computer, if you can't see something past a wall, your computer should be able to know that that doesn't need to be rendered. So
yeah, don't want to waste the CPU, GPU cycles.
You don't want to waste the CPU or GPU cycles. So what happens? Because
the cycles are precious.
The cycles are very precious. Optimization is something everyone should worry about. But a lot of times in VRChat, you'll see that you have to click on a door and you teleport to a new world. That's called portal-based culling. So it's a rendering trick, because VRChat. Because there's so many things and so many people, so many avatars, you want to be able to turn off parts of the world. So, and it's very simple to do. All you do is you just set it up in VRChat where if you click the door, it turns off the world you're coming from, turns on the world you're going to, and teleports you to that world. This actual area is in the like game space, 200 meters above where the Spirit of Pittsburgh ballroom is.
So you can technically fall into the ballroom from here. Right?
Yeah, you technically can fall into the ballroom. And that
Don't try that in real life.
Yeah, don't try that in real life. Oh, and Brisky's going to try to look.
No, I don't think I can take the camera down there is the only thing.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you can try it.
Let's try a little quick. Let's see. Oh. No. Look. Here we go. You can sort
Yeah, so you can kind of see.
Hold on, I'm floating back up. Yep.
There's
your
space mover yet.
secret. Okay. Back to reality.
I want to pet Fizz so bad. I want to pet his cute ears and tongue blep. Oh, I'm reading a comment. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Are there any questions coming in from?
Good cover up, Bert.
I thought that was you saying that to me. You're saying somebody wrote that.
Yeah, Sue Deer says, I want Fizz to give himself tubby. Oh, you are the star of this. I like Fizz and his
avatars
Sona.
are amazing. Aww. This is how avatars greet each other in VRChat. I mean, just hugs kind of work, but it's,
Hugs work, but head pats are the...
Yeah, you can be like, Kali Ma.
Oh, my God.
I guess that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I'll help you with that one.
So like, if you're getting into world building or you want to make a furry space, get some furries together and start collaborating. Have one person work on one room, one person work on another room, and then all you have to do is in VRChat just make them teleport to one another. And you just set a room as a portal. You click that portal, and it'll teleport the player.
And I think also, like, because people can share, like, if they're wanting to show other people, they can do, obviously they can search for it in VRChat, but I believe on the website you can also get a public link that people can, like, post to Twitter and things, right?
Yeah, totally. So, like, there's a public link. Like, if you go onto the Twitter account, it says go to Anthrocon TV or here for the VR world. You click that, and that's the public link, and then you can share that to other people. They'll come to your world.
And hang out.
and hang out. It's really weird because you click that and then you go into the game and it's like you gave yourself an invite to the world, which shows up kind of weird, but whatever. These are things that make no sense if you haven't played VRChat.
Well, that's, like trying to describe the experience of actually being in headset with people is just, it's like trying to explain this weird trip that you went on. You're like, dude, I was a dog, and then we were running around, and then we were firing rockets, and then we went to this game, and we had to, like, transport stuff. We were jumping from this thing. Oh, it was amazing. You just had to be there. You sound like a raving lunatic. But people that were there, they understand. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
And you'll understand someday, too.
And you will understand, too. Join us. Yes, you want. You want to join us.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, so yeah. So,
was there other, do we want to, like, walk down there? Or,
yeah, let's go walk down here. Let's keep walking down.
Okay. Come with us. It's a beautiful city, Pittsburgh.
I don't trust you people.
So I feel that one thing
that's a good,
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
So something I kind of want to bring up, and I think there's a little skip somewhere here, so we might jump down a little fast.
Oh.
Yep, right here.
Whoa! Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Ah! Oh, no.
Holy.
Yeah, there's still a little glitch there. No, so I guess one of the things I want to kind of get at is with avatars, because a lot of people are into world. I'm into world building, but avatar building is something that a lot of people are into as well. Avatars kind of are the same way. If you're just getting into avatars, there's a lot more in terms of keep coming, Briscoe.
No,
Coming.
I will
We're doing
follow
a pan
you
shot.
guys. You're not moving.
Channel your inner freeze frame. Run the steady cam.
I'm gonna run you over.
Don't screw up. There's like 3 billion people watching the stream right now.
That's okay.
8,342. No.
You're good with numbers.
In a row.
Bye.
All right.
So if you want to get into avatar building is a little bit of a different science just because there's a lot more like intricate 3D modeling that's needed to happen. Rigging, weight painting, texturing is all a little bit more complicated. But a lot of VRChat avatars a lot of VRChat makers have created bases that you can edit and modify, so you don't necessarily need to know the complexities of rigging at the very start before you can start making your own VRChat avatar. Nightclaw had one out that was a Kanga that was a type of model.
This guy's
made by a
package.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a deer. Shiba deer.
These are Shibas. They're also very popular in VRChat, and I believe both of those start as packs that you can get yourself. And then all you have to do is kind of you kind of bumble through learning how to texture them and paint them. This avatar was a complete custom model I made, or I commissioned from Izanagiru to be, my actual persona. Yeah,
he's so cute.
I am not this skinny in real life. I'm just like, I wish I had these powerful thighs, though. Oh my gosh.
Thick thighs.
Yeah. So, and if you want to get into avatar building, like the piece of advice I can give to you is kind of start with a base, learn how to modify bases, and then figure out the part that you want to either learn the best or the part that you get frustrated with. Like if you think, oh, I have this thing, but the rig is a little bit weird. I wish I knew rigging better so I could fix it. That's kind of how I go down the lines of what to learn in terms of specifically with avatar building.
And I think it's also probably worth pointing out. I mean, obviously VRChat, it's a fun, creative outlet to be able to do stuff. But if you're learning these skill sets in Blender, if you particularly like character rigging and animation stuff, you're probably going to be using Blender or other tools like that. These are things that can also open up job opportunities to companies if you're interested in getting into things like game development or such. If you have a chance to develop a portfolio of work that you've done because you're just screwing around building fun stuff in VRChat and you find out that you really, really like it, this is definitely one of those activities that is very beneficial if it's an area of interest that you're looking to potentially get hired in. So nothing better than getting a chance to do stuff and getting
Yeah,
paying for it.
eventually. Yeah, eventually. Like these are, I hate the term marketable assets, but it's something that a lot of people, especially like not even just video game development, a lot of people are starting to move into like virtual everything. I've seen people trying to build virtual stages, build virtual versions of real things, just because they're realizing now, like, people can't physically go to them. It's kind of nice to have a 3D model of what it is.
And of course, obviously, if you also get good at it, even just from a commission basis, there's so many people in the fandom that are doing art a commission basis. So it's it's kind of just like a fursuit or a drawing. It's a commissionable service.
There we go.
Yep.
Let go.
Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up.
No, I needed to move. I'm gonna hit the wall.
Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, if you've ever been to the waterfront of Pittsburgh, like, this is pretty close to a perfect scale model. What it is, Brian did an amazing job.
And you know what's better about this than last year's waterfront? It's not like 99% humidity, because that was horrible last year.
Oh man,
my gosh,
this is
it was
so nice
so
and
bad
relaxing.
last year.
Yeah.
Although we did have that
Okay.
awesome boat party with those people that just randomly pulled up on their boat that were blasting.
Yeah, totally.
We're working on that. That's an importable asset. You just go to boat party and in Unity you pull it in and then it just away it goes.
Yep. Yeah. So like it's, if you're just getting into it, because I'm seeing a lot of people making comments about how they're just getting into it. That's kind of why I'm laying into this. Is like it's super easy to get going. It seems really complicated. Like, you can think of making a video game being something that is really, really complicated and really, really hard. Trust me, I'm an idiot and I made this happen. You can do. I believe in you. Okay. No,
You're
not you,
just an idiot.
Brisky.
You're
The
our
camera.
idiot.
Aww.
But no, seriously, it's getting started with anything of worthwhile. You're gonna suck at the beginning, but that's okay, because that's a fun time to be able to start learning. And it's like, just set small steps and stay persistent with it, because it's like, again, a month later, even taking these small steps, you're just gonna blow yourself away and just going, oh my gosh, I've learned this and I'm feeling comfortable with it. And I had these problems, but I solved them, and now I can maybe I'll do some more complex stuff, and I'm going to inevitably run into problems there, but I will learn that I can solve them, and I can understand the process of problem solving.
Yep. Hey, Fizz, for some reason, everyone in the chat is asking you to bark.
Bark?
Bark.
Bark. Oh, no, I think that what they really want is oh woo. Oh woo.
Woo and bark. There you go.
I don't know. I mean, I'm normally a deer, though. I guess they kind of chop more things, but I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I've never
That's a
actually heard a
horrible
deer
thought.
say anything.
Make excited
They're
deer
kind of terrifying,
noises.
actually.
Yeah, every deer I've ever met just runs away
Horrible
from me.
deer sounds.
Yeah, they sound it's like horrible noises. You're like searching on YouTube, and you're like, that's one of those things where, like, if you're camping in the woods and you hear like deer actually vocalizing and stuff, it like will scare the bejesus out of you. They're like, what in the hell is that?
Yep.
It was just a dear friend.
My dear
Oh,
friend.
man.
Yeah, I get a lot of mileage out of that joke.
Yeah. And everyone's going, yay, because they just got to you barking.
Aww. So we
That's
got
how much
10
time
minutes
we have.
left.
Yeah.
10 minutes left. What else do we want to talk about? Are there any other things that we want to talk about? Oh, do we want
Let's go
so this is a little bit of an inside joke. Maybe and you might want to play poll. So do we want to tell them about why there's a little tiny water fountain sitting on the table? Do we want to go back in the main room there?
Yeah, let's go back there. Okay, yeah, there's
we'll
no
tell you
door
guys
here,
a
so
little
you just,
fun story.
There's no door here, so you just have to hit respawn or drop. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, let's
Here.
jump.
Off the edge. Off the edge.
Boop, boop, boop.
It's this way.
Please do not do this in real life, because you will go in the river and it will be bad. Whee!
Oh.
There's the ballroom.
Yep, I can see it. Why am I stuck? There we go.
And we're back.
I'm gonna need to see your badge.
I really wish that it was that easy to get from my hotel room to here.
I swear it's in my other butt pocket.
Yep.
Aw.
Yep.
It's in my other pants. That's why you can never have one pair of pants, because then you can't use that excuse that it's in my other pants. Anyhow, so
So this is a
can click on this
small
too.
fountain. Yep.
Yep.
So, and this is something I want to share with all of you, because if you come to the next year's Anthrocon, I want you to be in on this, and I want you to help us with this, okay? So, Adi is a staff member at Anthrocon and a lot of other conventions, and he's the main audio guy. He runs the soundboard, he makes the band sounds amazing. He's a wonderful, amazing person, and we love him very, very much. However, he has the worst resting bitch face in the world. Absolutely, just terrible.
12 shades of purple right now.
He's
he absolutely
not
is.
resting bitch face up there on the monitor.
Oh, yeah, so
Yeah.
there's Adi. There's Adi.
So, yeah, there's a picture of him in here too.
I'll go over.
Yeah, come check it out when you're in here. Don't worry. So Adi, I don't remember what con, but someone said, Adi, you need to relax because you have the worst resting bitch face. So, was it Freeze the first one, or was it you?
Yeah, well, because it was at MFF is where this whole thing. It was
MFF,
probably
okay.
like the genesis was probably at Anthrocon, but then the next convention to do this at was at MFF.
Yeah.
So
at Anthrocon or MFF somewhere. So, was it you or who was it? Was it you? No.
Oh, it was Freeze
Fizz, right?
Frame was the one that was,
It was
like,
Freeze
I'm
Frame.
gonna get Adi a little fountain
sorry.
because he needs to zen.
Yeah.
Be all
Yeah.
zen.
So Freeze Frame, who is our current executive producer for Virtual Anthrocon, and
Director of
definitely
Anthrocon.
watching
Thank you,
this.
Freeze.
Thank you, Freeze. Brought Adi a Zen fountain, one of those like little sharper image, like small Zen
I
fountains.
believe it was from Walgreens for the complete
I'm sorry.
authenticity.
Walgreens Zen fountain.
Yes.
Um,
No, because it gets better. You have to
Yeah.
progress. You have to understand where
Yeah.
the story has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
yeah, it was a very small, cheap fountain. Adi said, "Oh, that's great, thank you. Don't do that again." So the next time, Freeze brought a multi-tiered fountain that
Because it was not that fountain. Because with
Yeah, he
Freeze
brought-
Frame, if you know him, he's good about the loopholes. And you have to be very specific because you'll tell him something and he will figure out how to make it funny. And still stay within the parameters of what you specified.
Yeah.
And that's one of the many reasons we love him.
Freeze Frame is, I believe, if he deserves to have the term originator of malicious compliance.
Yes, yeah. Well, we'll credit him with that. And you can blame him too. So.
So this has gone on for years. Like, it is, Adi
There are
said,
several
don't bring me a
iterations of fountains,
Yeah.
and Adi has like a shelf that's filling up back home at this
Yeah.
point.
So Adi finally went in and said, stop bringing me water fountains. I do not want any more. I do not need any more. I am good. I am
Keyword.
happy.
Keyword is water. Didn't say stop bringing me fountains. He said stop bringing me water fountains.
So at Anthrocon last year, before Adi showed up, when Adi showed up, he was greeted to a gorgeous, 4-foot tall,
Multi-level.
3-layer chocolate fountain.
fondue fountain. And he pretty much lost it, and we have it on video. And yes, that if you were wondering, that's why there was this wobbly.
Yeah.
Because it really wasn't that expensive, but it looked expensive.
So now he says
Yeah.
no fountains, period. But he also made the implication that it had to be a real fountain. This is a virtual one. And
Yes,
I'm
no,
gonna
we're
leave
continuing.
I'm going to leave this as an exercise to the viewer. If you click the fountain, you go to Adi's happy place.
Yes.
And if you want to see what is on the inside of Adi's head, you want to see what his happy place is, you have to go get VRChat. If you don't have a VR headset, it's okay. You can play in desktop mode.
And you'll
Come
notice
here,
a little
click
bit of an
the fountain.
Easter egg if you go to Adi's happy place. It's very zen. You have to be very, very quiet. You'll hear a little particular piece of music in the background that if you've been around Anthrocon and MFF and things like that, should sound very familiar. So go check it out. You will not be disappointed.
It's It's absolutely gorgeous. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it. There are a lot of weird little, because I made this when I started making this world. This was just for me and like the people that I know. This wasn't meant to be like, I had no idea this was going to turn into the real Anthrocon. So congratulations, you get to see all of my weird inside jokes, especially if you go to the hotel room, which is a scale replica of the hotel room I've stayed at the last 3 years at Anthrocon,
which is
filled with
nothing
weird
but inside jokes.
Yeah, it's nothing but inside jokes. And the weird thing is, people that I never thought would get it. So I'm starting to think like everyone says furries are fans of one another. I think furries are just a group of people with the same inside jokes. Like you think you're coming up with unique jokes, but no, you aren't. Yeah. So
Oh no.
Please tell me it's not Africa. I will tell you it's not Africa. What? Oh, yeah.
Flat avatars time.
VRChat very quickly descends into madness, especially if you have 80 people in a room. If you're currently in one of those VRChat worlds that's watching this VRChat performance in one of the many public instances of this VRChat world, you're probably now currently all the same avatar, and it's probably all that Uncle Kage one.
And hopefully, I think it went in the Discord. There were like 40 people that were all watching Uncle Kage on the stream in that avatar in the public instance, and it was beautiful.
Yep. Oh man.
Again, art imitates life. So.
Yep. So we're
so do we want to do? We got about 5 minutes left. Do you want to go like the little headless lounge or the hotel room, or do you want to leave those as exercises for the viewers?
Let's just
do a quick. Okay.
Let's do a real quick view tour of the. Ah, shit, they're both good. Let's do the hotel room.
Yes, well, because then you can actually tell people about why there's a chair on the wall.
Yeah. Okay. So. And here's kind of the problem, because I've realized now that a lot of people that have never been to Anthrocon have had the chance to come to virtual Anthrocon. So if you've never been to the real Anthrocon, you don't understand the way you get to the main ballroom. So you have all the hotels are kind of over that way, and you come in through a big corridor that goes over Penn Avenue, and then you go up a flight of stairs.
Walk like a dog across Penn Avenue. Walk like a dog.
You walk like a dog across Penn Avenue. Again, another inside joke that if you've never actually been to Anthrocon, you're not going to get. But just bear with us. And the way that you come in to the main ballroom from your hotel room is you come up these stairs that are inside of this pillar right here, and then for some reason you have to come into the main ballroom, and they have it curtained off, so you have to go immediately out so you can get badge checked before you can come right back in. So of course, no one does that on their way out. So the way you get to your hotel room is you just walk through the curtains.
And here we are.
Oh, hold on, guys.
And here we are. Oh no.
Avatar's too big.
Oh no.
Let me respawn. Sorry about that, guys. Let me switch real quick. And we'll be right back. There we go. Sorry. Oh, what the
there we
hell?
go.
Okay,
Hi.
welcome back.
Hold on.
So,
uh-oh. Nothing. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Is it fine though?
It's not.
Did you break it?
I may have done something. Hold on. There we go. Okay, it's fixed.
Yay!
okay, so welcome
back. Yay.
So, again, welcome to a replica of the hotel room that I stayed at. So, one of the things I was trying to do when I was making this
Which hotel is it?
This is a secret hotel that I'm not going to tell you because no one else gets to use this one.
Okay.
Shh.
But it is a real hotel.
This is a real place. I have photographic proof right here. This was...
So look.
Yeah.
See
so
the
this
chair?
was actually...
There's the chair.
Chair.
So this was actually the second space that I built when I was building this VRChat world. And what I did was I went on Twitter and I asked people if they could just send me the most mundane photos they have of Anthrocon, and they sent me a whole bunch, so I kind of just spread it all out here.
The fondue fountain.
There's the
it's right there.
There's the fondue.
Risky, come over here.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There it is.
Come to the other side of the... It's going to be upside down. There you go.
Hold on, I'm stuck in the wall. No! There we go.
Fondue fountain.
Here.
Yep. So, yeah, like I said, this entire room is just filled with inside jokes and references from my experience of the convention. So it's kind of weird having people keep popping into here, but this is a nice little place if you want to get that vibe of, the late night room party. You look out the window and you can sign to see the convention center.
And it's so weird too, because it's just people literally stand around and hang out just as if it's a room party.
Yeah. But again, like this took a lot longer than the main ballroom to build. So what happened was the first thing was I found a floor plan of the hotel room that I had. And then I used a tool called Pro Builder to build a mock-up of the walls, build a mock-up of the floor and the ceiling. And then I started finding all the pictures I could of the hotel room and kind of placing what was on there in the, what was in the real world in here kind of to scale. So there's a lot of things that that confuse people. Like, for some reason at that hotel, they bolted a chair to the wall. So we have a chair bolted to the wall. It is art. There was
Silver Gato Man, he bought me a coffee. Silver Gato Man, here is the song for thee. He likes to video all the panels at the cons. You should go and watch them whether they are short or long. Silver Gato Man, you video that's not a jibe. All of you go to his YouTube channel and like and subscribe.